if you guys want to do something really cool on the way back from St. Lucia, or on this St. Lucia trip this time, we brought some dogs back. And this was all Heather's idea, so I take no credit for it. But getting involved with it was really cool. So there's a group called Helpaws, Helpaws. Just Google Helpaws, or on Instagram they're at Helpaws, so it's only one P. And they're an organization in St. Lucia who rescues dogs. So whatever, off the streets, in bad situations, whatever, and then they find adoptions via their social media in cities that have flights from St. Lucia.
Wow.
So Heather had been following them for a long time, and she's like, there's a chance we're going to bring a dog or 2 dogs back. And I was like, what have you done to me? Like, what do you mean? I was like, the people on the plane are going to be so pissed, blah, blah, blah. And so she first gets a dog, and then they call and say, we have a second adoptee, which ironically, Leslie was a friend of Ed Roland from Collective Soul's wife, who ended up, out of happenstance, adopting this other dog. So once we got the news that the dogs were adopted, on the way out, we have to go to like a little area right by the airport, and they bring these puppies.
Oh.
And they're like, they're 8
tiny.
inches long.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like these little tiny things, and they put them in soft carriers. And these dogs were so scared. So we're just like, loving on the dogs and blah, blah, blah. And you're only going to be with them during the flight because the new parents will be waiting. So we get on the plane, and those dogs did not make a peep.
Really?
To the point where people didn't even know they were there.
That's amazing.
So they were crashed out. They're the sweetest dogs. And we go through the whole thing, bring them back home. And as we're walking out of the airport, international airport, the people were right there outside waiting. So I'm like literally carrying their case with the dog. And it was the first time they met the dog. And so they've just saved these dogs from sure death.
Were you playing Sarah McLachlan Angel?
I don't want to wait. We're playing.
Oh, you're playing Paula Cole.
Yeah. Oh, Paula Cole, yeah. Anyway, so you hand it off, and you give them the paperwork, and it's done. So it's very, very easy. If you're going to St. Lucia, please contact this organization. You will feel good for weeks afterwards. This one dog, Leslie, was in a cage with, I believe, 5 other of its siblings, and 3 of them were dead. And it was in that cage for like 3 weeks. You want to talk about stories?
I'll tell you what, it's so
awful.
tough if you walk by somewhere and they're doing like the pet adoption thing, and you see the dog and you really want to take them home. So what you guys did is a great thing.
It's all credit to Heather.
Wow.
They had to downgrade her from first class because they won't let pets internationally on first class. So she had both dogs.
Heather's a saint.
And you were up front sipping some wine?
Yeah, but I did everything except that I couldn't tuck the dog under the seat. They wouldn't let me.
Your feet were up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I tried, and they were like, they go, the girl goes, she was giving me the like neck bobble, and she goes, you can't bring that dog in first class. I was like, oh, okay, well, Heather, you can just take both of them and you'll have your own row.
You're unbelievable, Barnes.
Wow.
But I loved it. I loved every minute of it. And there was no peep. But I didn't know when I bought the ticket, but she had been upgraded, and so they just said, we have to put you back. Helpaws. If you would like to help them out, they would love it. I know they're listening right now. So, guys, what a fantastic thing you're doing in St. Lucia. Helpaws.